Okay, on this first play right here, the Seahawks are going to come out in this 2-by-2 formation. New England responds by lining up in a 2-deep safety look right here. So we're all just trying to process right here. We're motioning Jaxon-Smith and Jigba over across in the formation, and that instantly tells us something. When we come out in this trips look, they're going to rotate the high safeties down. And when they rotate the high safeties down, they're showing us banjo man coverage right here. So outside leverage, middle guy, inside guy, and they're just taking these three receivers right here, and whoever goes in, he'll take them. Whoever goes up the middle, he'll take them. Whoever goes on the outside, he'll take them. So Sam Darnold sees that. He likes it because what we have over here is we have a little quick speed out right here called up to our tight end, right? So we're going to take JSN, and we're going to motion him back across the formation, because when we motion JSN back across the formation, we know that they are not going to put a safety on JSN. So they're going to play banjo on this side as well, which means Christian Gonzalez is going to take JSN over here, and we're going to have this safety who has inside leverage lined up on this quick out. So Sam Darnold likes that. All he's got to do is throw a perfect football right here to the outside, and we can try to pick up a pretty decent gain right here. This is a really, really tight window throw. Great throw by Sam Darnold, and it's a great gain on 2nd and 10 to start the game right here. Okay, on the very next play right here, we're going to come out in this condensed bunch formation. We're going to tight end on the bunch to the right side of our screen right here. New England, once again, we saw that when we motioned over to a bunch look on the play previously, they gave us man coverage. And it makes sense because they have Christian Gonzalez one-on-one on the outside on JSN, right? So we're just taking notes of that as a quarterback. So we're guessing we have man, right? Well, what we're going to do right here is we're going to get exactly that. All right, and that's going to work out for us because I want you to pay attention to Cooper Kupp right here. Cooper Kupp's going to be working across the field. And anytime you're working across the field, you're ultimately going to have the advantage against man coverage because they have to pretty much just outrun the DB. DB does a great job staying right here, staying on his hip, honestly. Great throw by Sam Darnold. It was a little bit of a juggle. I think it was incomplete, but they go and they get up on the ball quick, so it counts as a completion. Okay, on this very next play right here, once again, we ran up to the line of scrimmage, got here quick, and we're just trying to run a little quick play that we definitely have ran a ton of times in practice because we're just trying to get this ball snapped. We're just going to run a little stick concept here, which usually features like an out and a little hitch over the ball. Same thing over here. Maybe this inside guy and an out and a hitch right here. Just something where we can try to catch the Patriots off guard and get a play out really quick because the previous play is more important than this one because a huge gain is obviously more important. Patriots end up doing a really good job covering it up right here. For the most part, absolutely nothing on this side of the screen is open, but it looks like Sam Darnold wanted to just go to JSN quick on the outside, and then he moved left to right. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And just by the time he made it across the field, I don't think he really had a shot to hit his guys. Like right here, you see he wants Rashid Shaheed, and yes, Rashid Shaheed's open, but that's such a far throw. That's like a 35-yard throw that he has to make, and this DB will break on that, and that'll be a pick six. So that's a great job not forcing a ball in there. Hey, live to fight another day, right? Throw it away. Love to see that from Sam Darnold. That's professional quarterbacking right there. Okay, on this next play right here, you see we come out in this bunch 3-by-1 formation, motion JSN over, got a 2-by-2 look right here. Something the Seahawks love to run. And we're really just trying to get JSN involved on a little option route right there. DB takes inside leverage, he breaks out, and we get the ball into his hands quick. Man, this play was a huge miss from Sam Darnold right here, and really just a bad play overall from the Seahawks. Great job trying to make something of it, but it's just poor execution. So what happens right here? First thing I want you to notice, look how many guys that got walked up to the line of scrimmage. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? 7 guys. How many guys do we have in pass pro? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that instantly tells us, hey, if they're sitting in the house, we can't block them. And if they stun us or some guys drop late, it's going to be really hard on this offensive line to communicate in the way they should. But the main person I want you to key in on here is this guy. Pre-snap, Sam Darnold's got to be looking at him and seeing, is he showing me all the way he's coming? I've got to hit him with some type of snap count or something to try to see, hey, is he backing out or is he coming? And when I do that, then I know, hey, I've got to check the protection, right? I don't think Sam Darnold does a good job of that on this play. Let's check it out. It's going to start in this 2-by-2 formation right here. Going to motion over JSN. We're just trying to collect data at that point. We see this free safety in the middle kind of slide over a little bit that way. So we're saying, okay, we probably got zone. That tells us they're probably not sending everyone after us here. So we know somebody's going to drop. Sam takes that and he says, okay, we're good, right? Well, this guy leans in right here. So we're thinking he's probably coming, right? This guy leans in. He's probably coming. This guy leans in. He's probably coming. This guy leans in. He's probably coming. This guy's body language shows me he's probably not. He's probably backing out, right? Sorry, that's bad. He's probably backing out. Looks like he's coming. Looks like he's coming. So pre-snap, if we're just looking at body cues, obviously they can lie to us, but if we're just looking at body cues, we got 6 on 6, which tells us we need to make sure this running back out here, normally would be Zach Charbonnet. They really missed him in this game. He would be blocking this defender right here, right? Fastest guy, the guy we're the most worried about getting to our quarterback probably. So we're going to be running some type of drive concept here, which is really supposed to target cover 3. That looks like what they expected right here. Probably this guy to go deep, this guy to go middle, this guy to go deep, this guy to come play the flat, one of these guys to come out, or play the hook zone, I should say. One of these guys to come play a flat out here, someone to play out there, and then someone to drop in the middle. So they expected people to drop, right? But they end up doing a really great job of confusing us here. They end up rotating to 2 high shell and running cover 2 on us. So really good play by the Patriots here, honestly. But, man, this is just awful by this O-line. See, Sam looks like he points him out over there, but no one picks him up, right? Sam instantly looks at him, sees him coming, steps up in the pocket, makes a play. You see that JSN realized they rotated this cover 2 look, so instead of keeping this route upfield where this guy takes it away, he ends up cutting it that way. Well, we have the whole shot right here, which was made to beat this cover 2 look if that's what they rotated to, but because we were put in a situation where we could not get to that because this guy came free off the edge, we have to go scramble drill. And it's really good. We got one of the best wide receivers in the league, if not the best. I personally like Puka slightly more. JSN, one-on-one with the linebacker and scramble drill. So we're just going to scramble drill, get up the field here. All Sam has to do is know, hey, we've got a linebacker, so I can leave it up in the air a little bit longer, and he just needs to float it up here in about 1 more second. He ends up missing this. Could have been a huge play early in the game to go up 10 and really take the Patriots out of this game completely, but man, that's a bad miss right there. This next play right here is a really good play by Sam Darnold, in my opinion. We're going to come out in empty right here, try to get a gauge on what the defense is in. We're going to motion over JSN right here, and we're going to motion over our running back. Get to an ordinary type look here in 3-by-1 where we got this middle receiver, the F, kind of pressed up on the line of scrimmage right here. And we're running what's called a drive corner concept or a levels concept, whatever you want to call it, right? What we're going to have right here is a deep corner by Rashid Shaheed. And then we're going to have a deep kind of like 10-yard out right here by JSN. And we're trying to block and release to the flat right here. And what that's going to do is that's going to create a natural levels concept because we can read it 1, 2, 3, and whichever defender leaves one of these 3 spots open, we end up taking the one that's open, right? We just have to do a really great job blocking it up or the play can't develop because it's a longer developing play right here, right? We do a great job blocking it up, in my opinion, right here. Get them a deep pocket, but we instantly realize right here, hey, they got the deep covered. They've got this covered. Okay, let me get it out my hand quick. Let my player make a play. And this is high-level quarterbacking right here. Some quarterbacks would hold it and wait on the deep corner. Sam's like, no, let's pick up the first down. Love to see that right there. Man, you really have to tip your hat to this Patriots defense in this game. They were really battling, disguising stuff really well, in my opinion, just doing a really great job. But Seahawks have a play call dialed up right here and a formation to show them what the defense is in, right? What I mean by that, we have our running back down here, Kenneth Walker. He's down here on this outside part of your screen. Well, guess who's lined up on him? A corner. That's an instant zone coverage tell because you're not going to waste a corner on a running back. We ditch it out to him fast to the flat, and he's just got to make a guy miss and pick up a first down, right? Maybe even get a big play out of it. So we know here, hey, one high safety, corner out wide, despite there being a running back out here. Sam's instantly collecting data and saying, hey, we probably got zone coverage. Reading it as just normal cover 3. So he's identifying that, and he's going, okay, I need to look at JSN here. The reason I need to look at JSN is because we got 3 guys on this side of the field, and we got 3 guys right here. Well, one of these guys is a big boy. He ain't guarding nobody. We don't think, at least, right? So we're just taking in information right here as the quarterback, okay? But then we're going to motion over this guy. We see absolutely nobody follows, and we're like, oh, okay, yeah, we definitely got zone. Me personally, I don't love this call, though. The play call-wise and them not motioning someone back over. I would have liked them to return this motion back to this side of your screen and run a seam or something up the middle. Because if we do that, then if this guy ends up blitzing like he does, we can hit him quick. Or we have JSN, and we really put this defender who could possibly be dropping in conflict, right? But Sam's like, okay, I got my wide receiver, JSN, on a D-end. He's going to get it out of his hand quick, and D-end makes a great play getting out there quick. All that is film study. They've seen on film hey, when they come out in these empty type packages right here and we're blitzing, they're going to send someone in the flat really quick. That's great coaching right there. Great execution of the play by that DN. Because if you would have told me a DN was covering JSN before the game, I would have thought they had a touchdown. That's just a great job right there. Okay, because of the last two plays, we put ourselves in a 3rd and 15 situation right here, but I really love this play call. You see we're going to start in this 2x2 formation you see right here, but we're going to motion our tight end in, stay in this 2x2 formation, but we're just trying to collect data, trying to isolate people and collect data. So what we're trying to ultimately do right here is get this 15 yards. Well, it's really, really hard to get 15 yards when they're playing 4 deep right here at 15 yards of depth, right? So they're going to just force you to throw something in front of them. Well, unless you do one of my favorite motions in football, which is a little jump motion right here from your running back. Because when you do a jump motion with the running back, everyone's eyes key in on him like, hey, what could he be doing right now? Could we be getting a screen? Like, what could we possibly be getting, right? So I want you to pay attention to that because they're going to be in this defense right here where they have one high guy back here and one flat defender, right? And we're trying to send JSN on a corner that settles right in between them. And now it's Christian Gonzalez's job right here to get back in his zone drop deep enough where this can't happen. But we just put this running back in this little hot motion and ran him on a hook. What's Christian Gonzalez worried about? He's worried about, hey, if we get this football into our running back's hand right here, he only has to break one tackle and get upfield, and he might put you in a 4th and 1 situation where you might go for it, right? So just really good play call here. I really like what the Seahawks did in this game on a lot of their plays, and we're just going to miss it here by Sam Darnold. Really difficult throw. You really want to make sure you don't throw a pick 6, but he's got it, right? This DB, or this safety up at the top, because they're running a 3-high shell right here, he's got his hips turned inside. I don't know why he has his hips turned inside. That's beyond the point. And Gonzalez is worried about this flat right here, right? We've got to put a perfectly thrown football on JSN right here, and if we can hit that, it's going to be a huge play in the game, huge momentum shift. Even though we already had the momentum, it would have just completely took all the air out of the Patriots to give a 3rd and 15. Unfortunately, we miss it by a couple yards. Man, I thought Christian Gonzalez was really, really good coming into this game, but this play right here might have just made him $200 million. Check it out. We're going to be running this samurai concept right here, where we're taking JSN and we're running him on this post, and we're taking Rashid Shaheed, our guy who can really fly, and we're going to run him on this fake corner where we want to kind of put the DB on our back and hit him inside on this deep post. This is a really good cover 4 beater. It can beat cover 3 as well if this guy bites down on this crosser over the middle, which a lot of people do on JSN. But in my opinion, this is a perfectly thrown football from Sam Darnold and a really great route. There's no problem on this play other than Christian Gonzalez just being that good at football. Like, that is insane to me. The only other thing you could say is, hey, maybe Sam Darnold should put the ball over here. But if he puts the ball over there, there's no shot Rashid Shaheed's getting to it. This guy might even pick it off, right? But man, that was one of the best plays I've ever seen in my life. And to do that in a Super Bowl, that gets you paid a ton of money in the NFL. These interior guys for New England might have been the best signings in all of free agency last season. I mean, they really, really did such a great job of winning them football games they had no business winning and keeping them in games they had no business being in. Just check out this play right here. We're going to be running just a little, very simple half-field read progression type of read here as a quarterback. We're going to have JSN on this little curl over the ball, and we're going to have this quick out right here where we're kind of getting this natural rub, where if we got man coverage, this guy is going to probably run into JSN if he gets out there late, and if he doesn't get out there late, then we got the one-on-one matchup with our receiver at the top of his route running a curl, and we've just got to hit him as soon as he breaks in, and that's exactly what Sam Darnold's going to do. Maybe he's a little bit late on it, but, man, he's pulling the trigger right here. But watch this just annihilate these interior offensive linemen right here. We're going to look at this from the end zone view in a second, but we end up batting down this football. Man, still got it from the end zone view. They get up to the line. They try to quick snap them. They try to catch these interior D linemen off guard. But, man, we run this little TE stunt right there. And, man, tackle still breaks through. Just rips straight through Gray's Abel right there. One of the best guards in all of football, even though he's a rookie. Man, watching this play right here live, I was really excited to break it down because it really looks on the TV copy like it's completely Sam Darnold's fault and he just does an awful job right here. But I kind of blame this on Cooper Kupp, or at least the freedom he has in this system. I don't know which one, but you see we come out in this 2x2 formation, motion over to a 3x1, and the Patriots are showing us right here that they're just going flat at the top. And most of the time, at least in my opinion, when defenses go flat at the top, there's two options. all out blitz from everybody in here. They're all coming. Or they'll drop down and they'll go one, boom, boom, one, one. And that's hard to beat because they've got these guys on the inside. All of them can come except one, and he can get out to this middle right here. And that's a solid defense, right? You don't really have the outsides, but the odds of getting to your back foot and getting that ball out there, it's a difficult thing to do, right? But what the Seahawks are going to do here, they're going to realize there's a threat of the blitz. And what you want to do when you have that threat of the blitz is you want to have a quick or a hot read. It's called a hot read. And what that's supposed to be here is Cooper Kupp. Hey, if this guy blitzes and this guy blitzes, well, the closest defender to you is about 12 yards off the line of scrimmage. So we want to either send you on a quick swing route or we want to send you on a hook right here, anything, right? But your job as the receiver, at least in my opinion, the way I would coach this, is, hey, we want to send this guy right here to clear out both of these defenders, and we want to just send you right here. And if you see these two guys both go and neither of them drops to you, you get your eyes around to me instantly as the quarterback. Cooper Kupp's a really smart receiver. In my opinion, I feel like Cooper Kupp should have at least gotten his head around quicker here, or he just doesn't have the freedom to do it. So watch this. Sam's going to look to him. Sam's like, turn around, turn around, turn around. I'm getting pressured. That's what Sam's thinking right now. He's staring him down. He's going to keep staring him down. And he's like, turn around. Like, please look at me. And you see it takes Cooper Kupp so long to finally get that head around that Sam Darnold ends up getting hit hard right here. Almost a turnover. That was the type of thing that the Patriots need to get in this football game. And I'm really glad that didn't happen for these Seahawks, because that would have been the one shot for this Patriots team to win the football game, is if that was a fumble they got returned back for a touchdown. Let's look at it right here. You know this guy's coming off the edge and just can't do anything about it. Cooper Kupp doesn't get his head around to you quick enough. On this next play right here, this is one of the ones where live you're kind of frustrated with Sam because it's only 6-0 and you're like, hey, just take off and run, right? We're going to kind of have the same type of concept called up that we did earlier in the game, but we're going to make it look a little different. We're going to start in this 3-by-1 formation, but we're going to motion our wide receiver. Tight end, actually, I think that's Elijah Arroyo, but super fast tight end pretty much, right? So our goal right here is to have that same type of levels or drive corner concept that I talked about earlier, right? Taking Rashid Shaheed, our flyer, and we're sending him up the field and back on this corner, coming across the formation as if we're running a boot right here. And then instead of having that chip and release tight end, we're going to have our running back right here come through the middle and come to the flat, right? So we're taking half the field away and we're just saying, hey, we're just reading this level, right? Really, it's 1-2 here, and this is just a clear out. Like, we're not even looking to this at the top of your screen unless it gets wide open, and then you'll quickly realize it's the quarterback and you can make the throw, right? What ends up happening here is we just get whooped up front, and you can't really blame this offensive line. We got 3, so 6 guys on the line. This guy's a little wide right here, so he's probably not coming, right? But we got 6 guys on the line of scrimmage. They're trying to overload us right here to the strong side of the formation. Really, it's more of a balanced formation, actually, I should say. So we've just got to make sure we can't get beat super quick on this play, right? We've got to create a pocket for Sam Darnold, or at least space for him to step up if nothing's open. But watch us just get destroyed on this outside right here. Just run straight through us. Dives on Sam. He breaks away from it. And he's trying to hit Kenneth Walker here. Now, me live, I'm like, Sam, just take off and run, because Kenneth Walker's hands aren't great, and it's a really difficult throw, taking a chance of getting the ball batted out of your hand, right? But in the moment, he's thinking, hey, if I can hit Kenneth Walker, and he can stop on a dime because Kenneth Walker has that ability, and he cuts back inside, this might be a 30, 40-yard gain. So I completely understand it, but Kenneth Walker's hands aren't great. Difficult pass to make. Glad that there was no fumble involved, but when you're in one of those situations where you break a sack and you're stepping up and going to throw, there's always a chance there's a guy coming in behind you to make you fumble, right? So just something to be cautious of. Okay, once again, we're going back to a play from previously in the game that didn't work, right? Remember that little quick curl and out that we ran earlier? Now we're just going to run it to the other side of the formation, right? Quick curl, out right here, trying to get this defender to be put in traffic. If he gets through, then we take the curl. If he doesn't get through, we take the out. But remember last time there was pressure, right? So what Sam's going to do right here is he's going to completely ignore the rules of this play, right? Which is hit him if he gets caught up, don't hit him if he doesn't. And he's just going to trust his timing with his wide receiver. He's going to put the ball in a perfect spot right here to Cooper Kupp. Great throw, great catch. Had JSN obviously, but we're cool with the completion on 2nd and 10 for 8 yards. Man, this right here might have been my play of the day by Sam Darnold Darnold, honestly, and it's one that no one's going to talk about. Kind of one of those lunch pail type plays where no one realizes it, no one talks about it, but this might have been a game-altering play if it goes the other way. Right, what happens here? We're coming out on 3rd and 3. We're running this 3-by-1 bunch formation, right? Kind of condensed bunch, you see. And we're going to motion over our tight end right here. And all we're doing is we're trying to pretty much put a defender in conflict, right? On this side of the field, that's what we're trying to do. Trying to go quick right here, out right here, and we're just going to kind of hit the switch concept, right? Well, they do a great job getting to it. Sam realizes that, so he works through his read progressions, gets to the other side of the field, and they're trying to make this seem like man coverage over here, right? Head on head, and watch what Sam Darnold does. He's going to go through all of his read progressions right here. He's going to get to his running back. He's going to evade a guy at the same time. Hit his running back right there in the hole. Man, great job right there picking up that first down. That's a play that no one talks about, but you converted on 3rd and 3 instead of taking a sack that a lot of quarterbacks would have taken. You got through all your read progressions and evaded a sack within 3 seconds. That's elite quarterback play right there by Sam Darnold, and that to me is one of my plays of the game, especially for the momentum switch that could have possibly happened right there. This play was a complete miss by Kenneth Walker, and I think this is why the Seahawks would have won by a lot more if they had Zach Charbonnet in this game. This is a really great play design, great football. Just Kenneth Walker's hands aren't great, and he can't block for anything, right? So what are we doing right here? Well, we see that they're kind of overloading this front once again, right? They've been doing it all game, and we're coming up with a way to beat it, and we do a really great job of it. We're going to take our wide receiver right here. I believe this is Cooper Kupp, and we're going to pretty much just cause traffic right here. That's the whole goal of this route. He'll say he ran a curl, but really what he's doing right here is he's taking as much contact as possible with this DB so that he can work them upfield and cause a conflict with both of these guys so that we can use that same jump motion from earlier and run a wheel down this sideline. And he's supposed to hit us back shoulder, right? So he's going to put it directly on us, and we should fall down as soon as we catch it, pick up the first down, save ourselves from taking a hit, right? Well, that's what Zach Charbonnet would do. But Kenneth Walker right here, them hands aren't very great, right? Look at all that conflict that's caused by Cooper Kupp right here. He can't make it to the running back. We get this ball out. We want to put it on him right here to pick up the first down on 3rd and 5. Instead, what ends up happening, though, is Kenneth Walker drops it because Kenneth Walker, man, gets laid out too right there because he drops it. This play right here is another great job of Sam Darnold getting through his reads, getting to his check down. Going to motion over JSN across the formation. We're going to quickly realize what the defense is in, right? They're showing us this umbrella type look, which is ultimately a cover 4 look. A lot of times, this guy's inside right here, so 1 Mike, 2 kind of inside guys with our 2 DBs on the field right here. Since we're in our base personnel right here, right? 1 tight end, 1 running back, 11 personnel. And because of that, we're going to have this concept. We're trying to really target the middle of the field, right? Going to go in, and then we're going to take our running back and we're going to curl him or hook him over the ball right here. And our whole goal with this is to pretty much make sure there's a conflict defender somewhere. We need to get through all our reads really quick. If anyone gets jammed, then we get to our running back quick. Great job there. Way to make 2 guys miss there by our running back, George Alani. This is going to be that bang-bang play where Cooper Kupp drops it before the half. Fortunate drop, in my opinion, here because I don't think this was a good decision. Really not a great play call either. The reason I say that is there's a reason Cooper Kupp drops this. What he's trying to do right here, and what Sam Darnold's trying to do, is he's trying to lead him to the outside so he can catch this ball and instantly get out of bounds, save the clock, try to get back to the line of scrimmage, get us a good play called in and go for a touchdown, right? But because he tries to run before he catches it, obviously it's going to be a much more difficult catch. That's just about the only time you see a lot of these really good wide receivers drop football. So ends up dropping it. Fortunate drop like there, like I said, because really would have screwed you out of any opportunity to even attempt to go for a touchdown. We end up not getting it anyway, but watch this right here. 23 seconds on the clock, coming out on 2nd and 3, and we're going to try to pick up a first down. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. What do you want Cooper Kupp to do right there? Here we're going to have the second missed touchdown of the game by Sam Darnold to JSN. JSN's stats could have looked a lot better, and he would have really had a good shot to win Super Bowl MVP, but unfortunately Sam missed him. I think this is just overall blown coverage by the Patriots because there's no way you leave JSN one-on-one with anybody with no help in the middle, right? And it's because we're going to try to make this late rotate where we're trying to disguise. We're showing cover 4, but really we're in cover 3. So this guy right here is going to come down, and we're trying to get back over to the middle, because we clearly see they got the strong side of the formation on this side. But that plays exactly into Seattle's favor because they have JSN, the best route runner in football, over here one-on-one. So he's going to run right here, fake the corner, take it back in on a post or a cross or whatever you want to call it right here. And Sam Darnold just leaves it behind him. This should be a touchdown 100 out of 100 times. He's got to lead him, right? Leaves it behind. You see he beats him right there, right? He's got to step on him. Sam's got to put this ball right here on the A. But instead, Sam leaves it slightly behind, and Gonzalez makes a great play right there. But yeah, Sam's got to lead that more to the inside. He has no help in the middle. You got to lead it upfield and to the inside. Give JSN a chance to take the lead by 13 going in the half. This was the moment when I knew for a fact the Patriots were kind of screwed, right? Come out after halftime, you go 3 and out, give the Seahawks the ball straight back, and they're just going to start driving on you, right? So we're going to motion A.J. Barner in right here, put us in another 2-by-2 formation, and the Patriots are trying to be sneaky, right? They don't follow him over right there because they're not trying to tip their hand that it's man coverage. They're trying to play this numbering technique where, hey, if he flips to that side, 1 takes the outside, 2 takes the inside. Same thing on this side, right? But he creeps down so far to cover him that we don't really care because the route we're trying to throw right here beats cover 3 and cover 1, right? So pick your poison, honestly. But it's going to end up being cover 1. You see this guy's got head up leverage right here because he's got this 1 deep safety. And we're going to have him just run a dig, right? We got to plant our foot hard here. We got to come back to our quarterback, let him hit us under the safety. Really great route by Rashid Shaheed right here. And he's really our primary route we're trying to get to on this play. And I really think it's just a great route, great football. And like I said, I think this is when I really knew the Patriots had no shot. Great football, great route. Love to see that right there from Sam Darnold. This was my favorite play call the entire night by Clint Kubiak. Even on the TV copy, I could just tell he caught the Patriots with his pants down. We're going to start Kenneth Walker in the backfield right here. We're going to motion him and Cooper Kupp out at the exact same time. Well, what do they quickly realize when they do that? They quickly realize, hey, we got cover 3. Why? Outside corner on this running back. And they go, okay, we got it. We got him spread out too. Spread out, cover 3, defense has no shot at all because we're rotating this hook late right here to this side. He's rotating all the way down. He's getting up. And what we're trying to do right here is we're trying to take our wide receiver and we're trying to window shop, right? Trying to hit him in this kind of window that's wide open right here, trying to pick up a huge gain. And that's what we're going to end up doing right here, picking up about a 15, 16-yard gain on 1st and 10. Really driving. Really just putting our foot on the Patriots' neck right here. Love to see that right there. Okay, we're going to have a Sam Darnold scramble right here. Does a really great job realizing, hey, nothing's open down the field. We got a longer developing play, and they've already got 3 guys in my lap. So I'm going to step up in the pocket. Great job right there. Pump fakes that D in, gets to the corner, makes a guy miss. Man, you love to see that from Sam Darnold right there. We're going to have a really, really good play call dialed up right here on this play. We're going to motion JSN back into the backfield. Kind of give this Patriots defense flashbacks to last week versus the Rams, where they ran that PA scissors concept, right, where they went out right there. And the Patriots are obviously worried about that, so they're going to quickly rotate out to get this guy up to this one high look. We're going to motion this guy over, and he's ready for that corner. And then these guys are just playing man right here. And what that does for us as a defense is we've only got one-on-one in the box. So what the offense is going to end up doing right here is they're going to realize that, and they're going to run a screen to Kenneth Walker. It's going to be a slightly delayed screen too. We really want to emphasize us looking to this left side because when we look to this left side like Sam Darnold does, it keeps this linebacker out of this play for just long enough for us to take these guys and block and come over and block again, and we end up just having to get to the corner fast as Kenneth Walker right here. He does an excellent job picking up 20 yards on this screen, right? So great play call right here. Really, really, really good play call. On this next play right here, we're going to have a spacing concept dialed up. And this is one where I think Sam Darnold kind of takes things into his own hands and feels threatened by this Patriots pass rush, so he doesn't read out what they probably want him to read out here. We're just going to have this kind of hook over the ball right here. We're going to have this hook going in the opposite direction, and then we're going to have this flat out here. And our main goal with this is to create spacing. Like I mentioned, takes a little bit longer to develop, but you're always going to have a guy with leverage to at least get open. And then right here, we're just going to have this quick little in curl right there, and then just a little hitch. And if this guy's on the inside of him, we throw it to the outside. If this guy's on the outside, we throw it to the inside, and he leans his leverage in You really want to get to this side of the concept, but we're going to work quick because we're scared of this pass rush, which makes sense. You're up, you're in field goal range, don't take a sack, right? So Sam works the right side of the formation right here, gets the ball out quick. Not a bad ball by any means. Cooper Kupp's got to do a better job, I think, of coming back to it and really making sure he can get it when we put it on that outside shoulder, because that's exactly where it should be, but just an unfortunate incompletion. This next one right here is going to be an incompletion on third down. Probably should have scored a touchdown on this drive, but I don't love this play call. Don't hate it. So we're going to motion over our tight end to the other side of the field, motion our running back in, and they're showing us an all-out blitz, right? Everyone up's on the line here. I would even love, hey, widen this tight end out, throw the screen to him, and let's block, because everybody else is inside right here. And you have the numbers. You can pick up that 9 yards easy. I would love to see a tight end screen there. I think it would have really caught him off guard, in my opinion at least. And what they end up doing here, it's not bad, right? It's just a more difficult throw in a situation. We're going to take Cooper Kupp and we're going to run him to the sticks and we're going to break out. And it's the timing pattern, but we're getting pressured. Very difficult throw. Very difficult catch as well because it takes perfect timing. Two of them have obviously worked on it. Cooper Kupp likes to show up to the film room with quarterbacks, but we just miss it there. In my opinion, I just don't think he had enough time to hit the throw. I don't think that's on Cooper Kupp for not coming to the ball quick enough. I don't think that's on Sam Darnold for leading the throw too far outside or leaving it down too much. I just think he didn't have the time to complete it, and I would have liked to see a screen to the other side right there because you had the numbers to potentially even score a touchdown. This next play right here, I really love the play design. So we're going to come out in this triple stack formation right here to the left. Then we're going to motion over JSN, get him to the other side. Now we're going double stack, right? 2 stacks on both sides of the field. And I love it because we're giving our receivers options, right? We're putting them on option routes. So we're going to take JSN, we're going to run him on a little skinny post right here. And then we're going to take Cooper Kupp and we're going to let him make a decision. If this guy goes up, then we're going to break out. If this guy stays here, though, we're going to cut it into a curl. And we're really giving him a situation where he can settle in zone since we see that no one follows. And obviously one of the smartest receivers in the NFL, been doing it for a while. Still really good against zone coverage, and he's going to show that off right here. Watch him sit this route down, catch it. Great play right there. Great job not going down. Continuing to tick some time off the clock right there to make sure the Patriots don't have a shot to get the ball. Okay, on this next play right here, there's nothing too special about it. 2 minutes and 50 seconds left before halftime. We got a first down, so obviously the defense is expecting a run right here, so we're just going to run a simple boot play. But this throw by Sam Darnold is special. Check this out. So like I said, just a basic boot over here. Going to motion over the tight end. Then we're going to motion them back over. Really make them think we're doing some crazy stuff just to throw a boot play. And man, to be getting drilled and have to make a jump throw over a defender and put it directly on Cooper Kupp's body. Heck of a throw, heck of a catch right there by them. This defensive line is finally going to get home right here. They've been wreaking havoc all game, but obviously they hadn't been making it home because Sam been doing a good job. He's going to change the play right here when he motions JSN over, realizing we got zone coverage right here. Looks like cover 3. I don't know what he thought he saw though, in all honesty, because the Patriots did a really good job bagging this play because everything was so deep down the field. Obviously, pass rush gets home, but he had no outlet to get the ball too quick besides Kenneth Walker, and as I mentioned, not a great receiving back, hasn't gotten a lot of reps at stuff like this, so in my opinion, he's getting out of the backfield a little late right here, and we can't even hit him by the time we're getting sacked. That's why we took a sack on this play. Not the best play in the world. Would have loved to just stay in the run right there on 1st and 10, but he saw something he liked, obviously just wasn't able to execute it. Okay, so after taking the sack on 1st down, we got 2nd and 18, really putting ourselves behind the 8 ball here, and the Patriots realized that and saw some on film that showed them what we were doing here. So they probably realized on film in these 2nd and long situations, 3rd and long situations, we like to go with the screen game. And the reason I say that, watch how fast this nickel flies downhill to disrupt this. I really like the play call, right? Because you know on and long, this corner is going to be bailing. You've seen that on film. But this nickel right here does a great job, and I don't think Sam throws the best ball right here. I think he leaves it a little too low. Jaxon-Smith and Jigba's tackle by the time he catches that, but great job, film study by them, realizing, hey, 2nd and long, probably getting a screen right here. Way to make a play by that nickel. That's how you get yourself paid in the Super Bowl. Okay, so this is right after JSN goes out the game and gets hurt. Obviously, our best separator is no longer on the field. New England realizes that, so they're going to run man coverage right here. We realize that because we motioned over Jake Bobo, and we motion him over. We see Christian Gonzalez tighten down over here. Even though no one followed, 25 is rotating down the nickel onto Jake Bobo. And we're going to try to beat this by having Cooper Kupp get to the top of this route, be violent, and break inside. and really try to win this one-on-one. We just got to lead this football inside, and it should be a completion, but Christian Gonzalez is really good at his job, in my opinion at least. I think everyone else's opinion after watching this game, but does a great job getting in there and breaking it up. That's just an insane amount of acceleration to catch back up right there. Man, Christian Gonzalez is great at football. Okay, that put us in a 3rd and 12 situation right here. So on this next play, we're going to come out, going to run that exact same motion we did the play before with Jake Bobo, motion him across the formation, trying to get some clues right here. Once again, they're playing off coverage. Looks to be some sort of cover 3 or cover 4 right here. The reason I say it's probably 3 is because this guy's down like he's playing a flat. This guy's probably going to rotate down or rotate up, and this guy's going to rotate down, or they're just going to umbrella it at the sticks right here. Play cover 4. Kind of a weird defensive personnel right here, but that's because that's what you're going to get in these and long situations because the defense doesn't want to tip their hat at all, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to do a great job here running a crosser, and we're giving Cooper Kupp the option to settle this crosser in this space or keep it going. I think Cooper Kupp does a bad job settling right here. Yes, you're taught against zone settle, but I think if he can beat this linebacker across his face, then he can just drop his shoulder on this corner and we can pick up 11 and make it a 4th and 1. Instead, we only end up getting 8 and we end up making it a 4th and 4. And because of that, we simply just punt the ball right here, give it back to the Patriots, give them another chance to come back in this game. Okay, right here, we're going to have another one of my favorite play calls from this game. It's just going to be a simple boot, but I really like that they threaten them the other way with the jet sweep because they got a guy like Rashid Shaheed. This is how you use a guy like this. You motion him over, and then you make it seem like you're hitting him on the jet sweep. And what that does is it freezes these linebackers in the middle because they're scared. Hey, if this guy gets the football and he turns this corner or he gets in right there, he might be gone, right? So they have to really respect that. And what that does is that's going to open both the tight end up right here and Cooper Kupp right here coming across the middle. Also Jake Bobo, because everyone's flowing the opposite way that we've kind of frozen your linebackers, and we're just going to get it out quick, pick up an easy 11 yards right there, pick up the first down on first down, right? Keep the drive going. Okay, we're going to have a play action called up right here, and I think, honestly, this is a bad play by Sam Darnold. I think he just misses the throw. I think they get away with PI here, but I like that the refs don't call it because low-scoring game, you hate to see a game decided by a PI, right? So we're going to come out, going to motion him in right here, get to this condensed formation, and we're going to C-gap insert him right here. Actually, D-gap, my bad. He didn't actually go inside the tackle. We're blocking down with the tackle. And we're going to insert him right here, and we're just going to go on this deep corner. And then obviously hold the flat. And our goal right here is Sam Darnold, throw this to this back pylon and let him run under it. Make sure only he can catch it. Sam Darnold's going to miss short really bad right here. And because of that, he's giving his guy a chance rather than closing him off to the sideline, which you'd like to see, right? But you'd really love for him to kind of aim right back here, let it land right here, and him kind of toe drag on that sideline right there. He underthrows it. They get away with the PI, like I said, but I don't like when refs decide Super Bowls, so I'm more than happy with them not calling that right there. Okay, on this next play right here, going to come out in 3rd and 9, come out in this trips bunch formation and run that same kind of drive corner concept that we were running earlier where you just got 3 outs. And we do a really great job hitting Cooper Kupp right on the break. He can still get separation on the breaks. He just doesn't have that long speed. Great first down pickup right there. Okay, this was my second favorite play call of the game. I really liked it because it's a great play call for a variety of different reasons. But mainly, even though this is a Sam Darnold film breakdown and we are only breaking down his pass attempts, if you go back and watch the film yourself, they ran the ball constantly in these 3-by-1 formations, specifically the strong side of the field. They ran mid-zone or outside zone constantly, right? So we're going to come out in 3-by-1. We're going to motion Rashid Shaheed over. And you see the defense is going to rotate. We're going to widen out. And when we widen out right here, that tells them, okay, we're probably not running mid-zone. So they change their play. But then we motion them back over, and they go, oh, shoot, we might be cooked because he's going to try to run this mid-zone right here, and we're going to be blocking over. So these linebackers and this safety rolls down. Because what they noticed from their film study throughout this game and earlier on, every single time the Patriots got put in these 3-by-1 situations, they always rolled down their strong side safety right here to run fit. Linebackers play aggressive, he run fits, linebacker plays aggressive. And after they noticed that, they're like, okay, let's take advantage of it. And what they're going to end up doing is that same scissors concept that we love talking about Clint Kubiak running, but they're going to run it right here. They widen him out so they can pull him out of the play. All right, we're going to run this post to take that corner out of the play, and then we're going to fake the block and run a scissors concept, get to the corner right there, and it's wide open for probably the easiest throw and catch of your life in the Super Bowl to really ice the game right here and win it for the Seahawks. Great throw, great catch. Man, love to see that play calling in action there where you've developed something all game and you've kind of manipulated the defense into giving you what you want in the biggest moments. Love to see that by Clint Kubiak. Okay, game's 19-7 at this point. Patriots go down and score a touchdown right after us. And our main job here is don't play too conservative, but we can't give the ball up and we've got to chew the clock, right? So we're going to come out in this 3-by-1 formation, motion Elijah Arroyo into the backfield, get us into 22 personnel, motion him over, and then we're going to run another boot, right? Really safe play call. Give Sam Darnold a chance to make a play, and that is a heck of a football. Some people think he threw it behind him. No, he threw it behind him on purpose to save him from getting lit up and to complete the pass. Great throw, great catch. Rashid Shaheed is going to get paid because in this Super Bowl and throughout these playoffs, he showed I'm more than just a punt and kick returner. Okay, got JSN lined up in the backfield right here. Gonna motion him across. Obviously, whole defense is keying in on him for a potential screen. So that's our job right here, is to pull everyone down. And we're really trying to hit something on this other side, a screen, right? They end up doing a great job bagging it because the Seahawks have already showed him when JSN is in the backfield and he goes this way, expect something on this side, right? So great job, really smart defensive players by the Patriots to realize, hey, when he's been in the backfield, they've been running screens. So great job right there picking that up by this Patriots defense. Man, you want to talk about trying to stick the dagger in? That's exactly what the Seahawks did right here on this deep shot to Rashid Shaheed. Motion in A.J. Barner, get to this 3-by-1 formation, and you're just all out blocking, and you're just saying, hey, go up and get it. And man, we missed them by 2 yards. Man, that's such a difficult throw. And the fact that Sam Darnold almost hit it's so impressive to me. But unfortunately, we did miss it. Okay, we end up getting a turnover after that last drive. We're in the red zone right here. Come out in this 3-by-1 formation with a bunch. Nub is what we'd call it, or snug, where we have one tight end on the line of scrimmage on this other side. And we're really just trying to isolate JSN and let him get on this kind of flat route right here. But man, this was a ballsy play call. Because the only way you can lose this game is if you throw a pick six, right? So them to have the confidence in him right there and to know Sam Darnold's not going to leave it inside shows you what this coaching staff thinks of Sam Darnold, right? So don't love the play call there, but it ends up working out. You get tackled in bounds, continue to tick off that clock, take your field goal, right? Okay, we end up having the last play of the game right here. I'm going to just talk over it though. Man, this is every single pass attempt from Sam Darnold in this game. And man, I think he played a really good game, honestly, in my opinion. I think a lot of people thought he might fold on the big stage, but I don't think he won them this football game, but I think he did everything in his power to keep them from losing, and the Seahawks had one of those teams where, hey, the quarterback just couldn't lose you any games, and there would be a few like the Rams game where he had to step up. So I think Sam Darnold did his job. I don't know if Seattle will be back next year losing Clint Kubiak, but I do expect this Seahawks team to be in contention for a while. Mike McDonald's probably a top 3 coach in the NFL already, and the Seahawks team is legit. So thanks for watching this whole video. If you made it this far, I really, really, really appreciate it. Currently trying to get monetized, so thank you so much for watching, and let me know down below what you'd like to see next. I'm about to start going into my draft content, so if there are any college players film breakdown you want to see, let me know down below. Thanks for watching.